The View is in full-blown damage control because Caroline Leavitt, the sharp, fearless conservative powerhouse, just dropped a bombshell that sent Whoopi Goldberg, Behar, and Sunny Hostin into a frenzy. And the best part? She didn't even have to set foot on their stage to do it. After yet another unhinged attack from The View, Leavitt fired back with a response they never saw coming.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
This is the first time.
Caroline didn't just take the hit. She fired back with a brutal takedown, exposing The View's hypocrisy, shredding their tired narratives, and dragging the entire show through the mud. And now, the backlash is so intense that rumors are swirling about ABC execs considering pulling the plug on The View altogether. Yeah, it's that bad. So, what exactly did Caroline say that sent Whoopi into full meltdown mode, had Behar shaking, and left Sunny Hostin speechless for once in her life? Oh, trust me, you do not want to miss this.
The View hosts have got themselves into hot water again after they did the very thing they purport to be against: undermining women's success. Behar stunned viewers when she said Donald Trump's press secretary, 27-year-old Karoline Leavitt, only secured her position because of her good looks.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
The comment was bizarre, especially coming from Behar, who is as woke as they come and positions herself as a champion of feminism. This online commentator said, disgusting Behar of The View accuses Karoline Leavitt of being hired only because Donald Trump thought she was a 10.
Let's set the stage. The View went after Caroline Leavitt again. Why? Because she's young, conservative, and refuses to play by their rules. And this time, they stuck to their tired old script, mocking her, questioning her credibility, and even suggesting that Trump only supports her because of her looks. Sound familiar? Behar, dripping with her usual smugness, implied that Caroline didn't earn her success. It was simply handed to her because she's a 10 in Trump's eyes. And Whoopi Goldberg? Never one to let facts get in the way of a rant. She claimed that without wokeness, Caroline wouldn't even have a platform to speak on.
She may be, but my point is that job would not maybe have been open to her.
No, I understand. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
Hilarious. And Sunny Hostin? Well, she did what she always does, made it about race. But Caroline wasn't about to let that slide. Instead of ignoring the noise, she clapped back with a takedown so brutal, The View's producers are probably still in damage control mode.
ABC having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I gotta ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that. And watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
Caroline didn't just clap back, she torched them. In a viral video that instantly set social media on fire, she exposed The View for what they really are, a panel of bitter, out-of-touch elites who preach feminism while tearing down any woman who dares to think differently. And she didn't hold back. Joy Behar is the perfect example of modern feminism. If you're a conservative woman, they'll mock your looks and belittle your achievements. So much for empowering women. Then came the knockout punch. Whoopi says I wouldn't be here without wokeness? Please. I got here by working hard, unlike the unqualified DI hires they prop up on The View. And Sunny Hostin, of all people, wants to talk about privilege? Give me a break. Ouch. But the real jaw-dropper? The View doesn't want strong women. They want women who follow their script. And I refuse to play their game. Boom. The second she posted the video, Twitter exploded. Within minutes, Cancel The View and Caroline Levitt owns The View were trending. But the nightmare for The View was just beginning. They thought they could mock Caroline, brush her off, and move on. Instead, they created their worst nightmare.
Oh, please, his opponents are saying to this very day the same rhetoric that led to those two attempts. The second attempted on President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and yes, you will take political like we have seen in 2 instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day. And I'm so sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump and saying that he is sowing division in this country. He is not. The media is for pushing hoaxes like the one that you all pushed today, and the Democrat Party is for pushing lies about him. But the good news is Americans don't buy it. And that's why today President Trump is more popular than he has been since 2006.
Instead of damaging Caroline's credibility, The View only made her stronger. She was already a rising star in conservative politics, but now she's a household name. And behind the scenes at ABC, panic is setting in. Insiders are leaking that producers are furious over how bad this makes them look. Rumors of major shakeups are swirling, with Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg's names coming up in not-so-friendly conversations. Translation? They could finally be on their way out. And if you think The View's audience is blindly defending them, think again. Even some of their own fans are calling them out, admitting this attack went too far.
Yes, and as you mentioned, with conservative women, there's a long list of that, both of Trump's previous press secretaries, females, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kayleigh McEnany, other figures like his campaign manager the first time, Kellyanne Conway, Sarah Palin very famously had to bear the brunt of a lot of this. So people are used to that. I think in their bubble of the audience that The View speaks to, that's probably kind of what the group think is. So one defense, I guess, is that she was speaking to her audience, but you take it outside of that bubble the way you are right now, and we all can see what it is. It was also interesting, too, because she was conflating 2 ideas. This word wokeness didn't look like she really understood what it meant, or certainly the way Caroline Levitt meant it when she made that statement, and she was conflating it with civil rights and how women didn't have the right to vote or own property and all of that. That has nothing to do with wokeness, which is, of course, about putting people in there because of their immutable characteristics rather than the merit that they bring to the table.
One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. The View preaches empowerment, but mocks any woman who doesn't fit their agenda. Caroline Levitt just exposed them for what they really are. Meanwhile, sponsors are reportedly getting nervous. Major brands are reconsidering their ad placements because, let's be real, who wants to be associated with this mess? The writing is on the wall. The View has been playing with fire for years, but this time, they might have finally burned themselves beyond repair. The backlash is intense, the hypocrisy is undeniable, and now ABC faces a critical decision: clean house or cancel the show entirely. Because while The View thrives on controversy, when the backlash outweighs the ratings boost, it's game over. And right now, they're walking on dangerously thin ice. So could this finally be The View's downfall? Now it's your turn. Did The View finally go too far? Was Caroline Levitt's response the wake-up call the media needed? And do you think ABC will actually pull the plug after this disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more breaking updates.